Hey everyone, welcome into Mud's Closet. I'm Miriam, your manicured gardener. It is November 17th and I'm in zone 5, and you can see that the garden is pretty much done. But I wanted to take a moment and show you a few things that I've done and some ways that we've continued to be able to maintain some harvesting. We've still been eating a lot of greens and beets. So anyway, over here, I'm going to get over there. That is just a kind of a half a row of some different kales that I have not covered, but have continued to harvest on. And clearly there's new growth happening. Our lowest low has been 19 degrees, and we've had a couple inches of snow come and go. And these uncovered are still really giving us some good stuff. As long as I'm here, I'm going to show you this very mature okra. And you can see as the pods split, you can see those seeds. And since these are open pollinated varieties, I can harvest those seeds and we'll get another crop out of them. So I just left a few on, the last ones of the season, to mature. The other thing that we've done here with this whole row of kale is I've used a floating row cover, and I am going to pull this off. I think tonight the low is 30, and then for the next few days it's not going to get that cold, so we're going to let them get some air. But again, we've just been able to prolong the harvest. And again, there's we can just see some new growth there, and those are just beautiful leaves. There's kohlrabi over there. These two were heads of cabbage here and here that got harvested, and they just continue throwing off some of these little curly leaves, and so those actually will be really delicious in stir fry or sauteed with other vegetables. The other thing that I will kind of give a shout out to, this was a kohlrabi, and so was this one that didn't produce a bulb, but we have found that we have so enjoyed the leaves. And so what I learned is next year I'm going to start them inside, which I do most years, but I'm going to do my best to make sure I sow the seeds thinly so they can be transplanted properly. And in the cooler weather, get the bulbs off of them, and then as the heat goes on, then I'll work with the leaves, and then maybe in June or the beginning of July start some of the seeds inside for a fall crop. We got a lot of kohlrabi this year that was really great. And the kale that I planted was a botanical interests pack that had 6 different types of kale in it. And I mean, you don't need to buy it mixed up like that. If there's one that you like better than the other, just get that, or get a lot. And I had a bunch of chard, but as you can see, there's nothing there anymore. The deer got in here, and it was beautiful chard. It was the bright lights, so I missed that. Early in the season, there was something getting, on this side I had a row of peas, and over here I had my beets that you can see are still there. Something was getting in here and eating everything. So I just very quickly put this chick wire around it, and it did a good job of protecting it. And like I say, we're at the end of the season, there's a lot of weeds, but the good thing that happened was this drooped, and it has protected my beets, and I will probably harvest them. It protected them from frost, and it protected them from the deer and whoever else. The other thing that I did was plant radishes here and there, and that's what this is, just a big overgrown radish, because not everybody likes those, and sometimes they don't like the smell. I do just want to show you how big that radish got. That is huge. That's at least a foot tall. I'm not sure that's a good eaten radish, but it's pretty. The next thing that I want to show that we're still getting are some Asian radishes, and I have them here, and you can see there's still one there. They're very big. We've pickled them, we've sauteed them, and Joe and I really like kimchi a lot, and we have a big jar that we bought, and we've just been putting that in with them. So those are still coming. And then the tatsoi, which is an Asian green, and I have those covered up here. And I don't think I need to, except that this one started to bolt, and I really would love to save seeds. I don't think I've got enough time, because it's each of these itty bitty pods that would probably have to grow to at least 5 or 6 times the length that they are now, and I just don't think it will happen. So those I had covered up, but you see how beautiful they're, like a big roselle. And over here I have some that I haven't covered up, and as I say, we've had snow and high teens for lows, and these are still beautiful, yummy. I just tossed some leaves over them, but like that's all new growth down there. And what I was reading was that 15 below, you can still harvest to 15 below. So it's a mustard that's good when they're small. It's good raw. Otherwise, at this size, you probably want to cook them. I'm gonna give that a try. It's good. It tastes green. This is just some other mustard that's still doing well. Over here, I've got some mustard underneath all the leaves. There's more. There's some mustard, some beets, and pak choi I planted in this area. And just kind of an experimental plot to see how long I can keep harvesting. And the last thing that I'll show you, just because I'm here and it's fun, these are all just little teeny, they're like an inch. They're of course not going to make it, but I had a couple of big, you see that big white thing there. There's probably 2 or 3 of those that came up this year from last year, and they threw off 10 jillion seeds, and I did save a lot of the seeds, but of course we lost a lot of them, and it's just amazing how things will grow. So that's what's going on in my garden. Leave me a note what's going on in yours. Thanks for watching.